welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we are going to see how we can clone a repository from Azure DevOps to our local system, right? So there are three ways basically to clone the repository. The first way is using the command prompt. The second way is you can either use the Studio Code to open your code, open this repository, or you can use Visual Studio directly. Okay, so let's move one by one. Let me switch over to my Azure DevOps. Okay, so if you see here, I have a project, my demo project, which I have selected already. You can select other projects as well, but the reason why I selected this project, because this project have at least few files, right? So what I'll do, I'll clone this. To clone the repository, you can simply click on this clone and you need to copy this URL. Now go to your command prompt and write a code, write a command basically, git clone and the repository path, the URL which we copied, right? As soon as you hit on this, it will clone the repository in this folder, right? This L1 folder which I have selected. So if you see here, the repository is cloned, right? So all the files are there now, and let me delete this repository so that I can show you the other two ways as well. So this was the first way to clone a repository. Okay, now I have deleted, there is no project in it, and I'll close this this command prompt as well. Okay, now the second way is, instead of using that git repository, that command git.clone, you can directly select an ID. Okay, so if you see here, you have multiple options to select the different kind of IDs like IntelliJ, PyCharm, right? And then Visual Studio, it will open the code in the Visual Studio, and the same way we can open the code in Visual Studio Code. So for this video, to cover in this video, I'll be using the Visual Studio Code, because for the Visual Studio it will ask you a user ID and password, and currently I don't have any, so I'll go with the Visual Studio Code. If you want, you can use Visual Studio as well. The only thing is you have to pass the credentials, that's it. So I'll select this Visual Studio Code. It will ask me to open the file. Okay, but as soon as I'll click on this, it will ask me the folder, like in which folder basically you want to clone this repository. So I'll pause the video for a moment and I'll again start it. Yeah, so as you can see, after cloning the repository, it will ask you to open the cloned repository here or not. So as soon as I click on the open, you'll get the repository open over here. And if I'll go and I'll show you the L1 folder, you'll see the repository is cloned properly, right? So this is how you can clone your repository in these three ways. Thank you.